What a day it is to be alive. Today the PlayStation 5 has been revealed to the world. Welcome back, guys. It's your boy Law coming back at you with a brand new video that you heard a couple seconds ago. Today we're going to be talking about the new PlayStation 5. Pretty much I'm just going to be going over a few things. We're going to be going over some of the games that came out, some of the new features, some of the new accessories and things like that, and what's to come with the new PlayStation 5. Start out with, it look clean. You can see right here, it looks amazing. I had a lot of people who said they didn't like how it looked, or I had a lot of people like they didn't like how it looked, but they liked the features of it, or they like what came with it and things like that. I personally think this all looks really good. It looks futuristic. I love the curves, I love the shapes, I love the lights, I love all of that. I love how it looks. It looks great to me. I'll get more into that later into the video, but they started out with a couple of the games. Like throughout the video, they tease what it looks like. Like I said, I'll go into that in later into the video, but they showed mostly games first, and I'm gonna go over a couple of the games that I liked, some of the nostalgia things that came back for me. For example, they brought back, the first thing we saw was Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah, I was hoping, and I'm sure a lot of other people were hoping for it too, but GTA 6, that's what we really wanted to see. Me and my friends were actually in our group chat, and we were talking while the video was going on, and they was probably just like, man, that's gonna be another couple years. I said that's probably gonna be like 2089 by the time we see GTA 6. But they're just enhancing this one. They're enhancing it. They're adding more of a story to it. They're going to make it look good. They're going to make it look suitable for the PlayStation 5, and they're just going to like enhance the story, add different missions. I'm sure it's going to be new heists and stuff like that. Maybe even a few new characters. Don't know. Still early. It was just a trailer. But they also had Demon Souls for any of the Dark Souls fans out here, or anybody in that franchise series. They had Demon Souls come back, and that's going to be completely remastered for the PlayStation 5, and that honestly looks clean. When I saw it too, I was just like, yo, I said this is Dark Souls. And I was like, yo, this has to be Dark Souls. Like, just the way it looked, the cinematics of it, and just the landscape, and just like that eerie dark feel. I said, this has to be Dark Souls. And lo and behold, when it popped up at the end, it said Demon Souls. I said, bruh, that's definitely like, it's been a lot of game trailers that I've seen, and it's been a lot of like conferences and stuff like that I've been to and things like that, but just seeing these games that they've been showing will just slowly but surely just get me like, I need to get this PlayStation 5. Like, as soon as it drops, I'm definitely pre-ordering. I don't care how much it costs, I'm getting it. Next, they had, well, not next, but this list that I'm going down is just what I went through when I was writing down my notes for this video. I was just picking the stuff that I like pretty much. I'll have like all the different games and stuff in here, but this is pretty much just what I like so far. They had this game called Time Loop, and it's like an Assassinations Island kind of game. So pretty much it's an island full of assassins. You have to kill these 8 targets before midnight, but if you die, then like, it's a time loop, so you restart pretty much. If you get killed, then you have to restart at a certain point, and then you go back and you have to learn from your experiences. It looked honestly kind of cool, and I like the character of it too. And honestly, just from the looks alone, I think that game can honestly become like a series. Like, not so much like the Telltales, but I can see like at least 2 games out of that. I can at least see 2 games out of that just from that. As long as they don't rush the story or nothing, but I feel as though a lot can come out of Time Loop. It looks good, it looks clean, the action looks great. It has like a futuristic kind of James Bondish kind of feel, because the people were in masks. It has like a Hitman James Bondish kind of Paradise Island kind of thing. Like, it has a different feel to it, but it looks like it all fits well together. And honestly, I can't wait to play it. I think that game's going to be great. That's on my list. Can't wait to get it. I hope it's a launch title, or at least within like the first month, but it looks good. They also had another game called Project Althea, I think it is. I think I might have missed the H when I was writing it down, but that game looked really good too. Now, that one is a PS5 exclusive. We were all hoping to see what the first exclusive would be, but this one is a PS5 exclusive. They kind of zoomed past it. They really didn't say too much. I guess they were just showing like, hey, we didn't forget, we do have an exclusive for the PlayStation, and they just posted that up. They showed like this big black wolf, and then they showed a couple other little creatures, and they showed the main character who was a female, and that was really about it, and they just skipped past it, so I'm going to skip past it. Another game I actually kind of was excited about is called Kenya. This one's kind of, it's like adorable. It has like a Pikmin, kind of Okami kind of I'm not gonna say Okami. it has like a Pixar kind of Disney feel to it because like the animations of it look kiddie-ish, not like bad kiddish, like, oh, this is for children. Like it has like that cute, innocent kind of sense. And it has like that, think of the scene from Kingdom Hearts 3 where you do the Rapunzel world. It has like that, like the world looks open like that, and it looks very animated and cartoony, but I honestly think that's gonna be a good game. The fighting style seemed cool, the fight scenes, the monsters that were in it. I think that's gonna be a good one. That's definitely personally on my list. I hope that's another launch title, but that game really looks good and can't wait to get it. And then another thing for all the nostalgia fans out there, or for at least the early PlayStation 2, you got Ratchet and Clank. That was the second game. That was the second game that they showed on the list. And I've never been a fan so much of Ratchet and Clank. Not so much that I just didn't like it. I knew somebody who was, but I couldn't get into it so much. I'm not saying I don't like it, but I think with this one, I'm going to try it. It looks good. I forgot what the name is, but Ratchet and Clank, I think the Rift Between Worlds or something like that, but pretty much you were traveling. It showed Ratchet and Clank fighting these different creatures, fighting these different aliens. I'm assuming it's an invasion of some kind, and they're just trying to figure out, how to stop it. But it showed them jumping from dimension to dimension, and then, Ratchet and Clank, they end up getting separated, and then Clank he's found by a female version of Ratchet species. So that's interesting on its own. I like stories like that too, so I actually can't wait to check that out. I think that's going to have a whole different dynamic, and who knows, I might even actually pick up the previous Ratchet and Clanks and try those out just to see how the story is, just to see where it goes, and to see what I'm expecting. Now this one is my favorite. This one is my favorite, Resident Evil. Now, so with this one, I saw a trailer. Not really a trailer, I saw like a review. It was like a trailer / review, somebody was going over it, but they weren't sure what it was going to be called. This had to be like a month ago or so, and I looked at the video and it said it was posted 3 months ago, and I was like, well, where the hell have I been at? Because I'm a diehard Resident Evil fan, and I guess because it was still like rumors of what it was going to be, I knew Resident Evil was coming back to the PlayStation 5, I just know what it was called, but now it's called Village. And it was just so much stuff, like people had mentioned werewolves being in it. It had like an old kind of feel. They were saying Chris Redfield may be a villain, or he may just have this mission that's top covert. He can't really talk about it, so he has to display this type of villain type persona. I don't know. But if you are a fan of the series, then you know the main it's probably going to be Ethan again from Resident Evil 7, because Ethan's story wasn't over. As we played Resident Evil 7, you found out that, Ethan did stop the mold that was going on in that facility. He took care of that one Umbrella project. I forgot what her name is. It'll come back to me. But then Chris Redfield comes to the end and he saves him. Then he throws him the rocket launcher and then he saves him, and so on and so on. But it's not like a conclusion type thing. It's just like, okay, we stopped this. What the hell is going on? Now we got to figure out what's next kind of thing. But I'm honestly hyped for that. I love Resident Evil. I'm a diehard fan. I played every game. I just recently beat the remake of Resident Evil 3, probably for the 8th time. No, definitely more than 8. Probably like 18 times, honestly. Just going through, getting the achievements and stuff like that. But I love Resident Evil. Next up for me was Horizon Zero Dawn, Forbidden West. I absolutely adore that game. I remember I was probably just as excited as Horizon Zero Dawn as I was as Resident Evil. Like when Horizon Zero Dawn came back out in 2017, I was working at GameStop at the time too, and I was just freaking out. And I was just like, bro, I need this game. I don't care. Every paycheck I was putting money towards this game, and as soon as it came out, I picked up my copy, ran it home, installed it, and I was just on it. Did the DLC and everything. So the fact that this is coming back and just seeing what those graphics are going to look like is going to be simply amazing on the PlayStation 5. I can't wait to play it. I'm a diehard fan of Horizon Zero Dawn. I would love to see this continue a series just like Resident Evil. Not so much in the horror aspect, but Horizon Zero Dawn takes place 1,000 years after us. So after all of this that's going on now, something happened which caused us to go extinct. But this is a new age of humans working with technology and things like that. I would love to see that as a continuation series. Like, I need to see that. That needs to keep continuing even after this game. And only in America anyway. Who knows what the rest of the world looks like? I would love to see this continue. They also, speaking of nostalgia, they also, from the PlayStation 3 days, they brought back Sackboy, Little Big Planet. I've always been a fan of that too. I love Little Big Planet. It is one of the funnest multiplayer games I've ever played, honestly. And it doesn't have to be all hack and slash. It doesn't have to be shoot 'em up. It doesn't have to be nothing like that. Honestly, I used to have a lot of fun back in high school playing that game, just enjoying it. My friends would come over and we would just have a great time just playing that together. That was a really fun game. And then one of my favorite skins that I bought was the Venom skin. So I was always walking around as a symbiote Sackboy or do the custom worlds. I love that game. So seeing that, and I was just thinking about that too. I was just thinking about Little Big Planet, and I was like, bro, it would be so cool to have that on the PlayStation 4. Or I think I was talking to my friend saying it on the Xbox. That's what I think I was saying. Like, it just popped up. I missed it. My prayers have been answered. Now it's coming to the PlayStation 5. So that's actually really good. And who knows what else we're gonna have too. It was another game. They had Little Devil Inside. That had like an Ori kind of almost side scroller kind of like visual kind of thing. It had like Little Nightmares. If y'all have ever played that game, that's another horror game. It had that type of vibe to it, but instead of you running away or trying to find objects to stop a creature, you actually had the tools necessary to take them down. You had swords, guns. This guy had a sword gun. They show him dropping a bomb into a creature's mouth. He had grappling hooks, ropes, things like that. He was riding mounts. That's actually another fun thing about that game too. You have a mount, and it just shows like it goes all across the world. So it looks like you're playing as like some type of adventurer, or you've been hired by like this collector. From what it looks like, this dude who collects these rare antiques, these rare creatures, rare artifacts. It looks like you're your pay for hire or something like that, and you go out and you gather all this information, these tools, these animals, and you bring them back to him, and he gives you some type of payment. That's what it looks like, but who knows? But that does look good. I can't wait for that. That may be another launch title too. Who knows? They also, after Ratchet and Clank, or I think it was before, no, it was after Ratchet and Clank, Miles Morales Spider-Man. That really looks good too. We all know that Miles Morales had a movie, I think it was 2018 or 2019, it was one of the two. But we saw Miles Morales, the first Black Dominican Spider-Man, have his own movie. Now, what's unique about this Spider-Man is he has electric powers. He can turn invisible. There's a lot about this guy. He's really cool. I don't think this is going to be a separate game per se though, because I'm looking at the animation and I'm looking at the art style of it. It looks very similar to the previous Spider-Man game that we got last year. So I think it's going to be a DLC, if anything. I don't think they're just going to go all out and just make a whole new game for it. I really just think this is going to be a DLC. Maybe not. They may end up just making a whole new game for the PS5, but having this as a DLC, I don't really think that'll be a problem. I don't think people really would mind so much. I think they really wouldn't just enjoy it either way. The fact that it's Miles, Peter Parker, I'm sure is going to be in it. And like every other Spider-Man game, I'm sure there's going to be a part in the game where you can unlock all the other Spider-Mans or the other Spider-Man costumes too. So I'm sure that'll be the same. But that's great that they brought him into it. And it looked great too. The art style, everything. The cinematics, the visuals, it all looked amazing. Next they had, another one, like I said, this is just my list of the ones that I like. But they had this game called Stray. Long story short, for the cat lovers, you're gonna love it because you get to play as a stray cat. And the cat was showed having a book bag on his back, so I'm not sure if the building that he went to, so the trailer starts off, you see the cat walking around, you see the cat walking through the streets, he walks up to this door, he meows, somebody opens it up, he walks in, and then they fast forward and they show him with a book bag on. So I'm not sure if you're like delivering something to someone, or if you're just in the life of a cat and that's just like your normal just get up. Like, I don't know if this cat has clothes, I don't know if it's a digital cat or something like that, I don't know if he's just surveying the land to see how these, because it was robots too, it wasn't like humans, it was like a kind of like a mechanical type of future, and it was like robots walking around, like you didn't see any humans. So maybe it might have like an idea of like Horizon Zero Dawn, but instead of it being like people and mechanical animals, it might be mechanical people and actual animals. That'd be a cool construct. That'd be a cool thing to see. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I might get it. You know what? I am going to get it, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it day one. Honestly, tell you the truth, I might get all of these games day one. Tell you the truth, honestly, just because it's the PlayStation 5. But that'll be further on my list, like further into my list of games that I will pick up. But like I said, for the cat lovers, you're going to love it because you get to play as a cat, I'm sure, for the majority of that game. Maybe it might even have DLC to play as different animals. Who knows? Like I said, this was just a trailer. This is all we really got to say. Another game I had on my list was Hitman Death Awaits. The trilogy, the first one, the second one, the trilogy that they remastered for the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4 were all good. I like those. I played them a little bit, like again, for the previous games I talked about, Ratchet & Clank. I had a friend who really was I had a few friends actually who were really into Hitman, and I would only play it like when I was at their house, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't just go out and buy, but I liked what I saw, but I couldn't see myself grabbing that game just to play it like that. I would only play it when I was with them. But honestly, this really looks good. I like everything about it, and it's supposed to be the conclusion of it too. And I love, once you see more about this channel, you stay tuned with this channel and you find out more about me, you'll really realize that find out that I really like story-based games. I love the Telltale games. I love stuff where you can just go along with the story for as long as you can, but they're talking about this being the conclusion of it. So now I have to go back and actually play through 1, play through 2, play the trilogy to really see everything, do all the DLC, anything that's with it, just to see how Hitman Death Awaits actually is. But overall, it looks good. It looks great. There was a scene that showed him taking out these 3 guys in the woods who apparently were stalking him. Not so much stalking him, but I guess like, trying to kill him. They walked through the woods with their guns and flashlights looking for him. He took them all out. And there was this other scene in there that gave me true anxiety when he was climbing like this couple 100 feet tall skyscraper and he was walking across this beam. Like, I don't know if I'm afraid of heights, but I always get like super anxious when I see people or video game characters walking across something high, or even in Kingdom Hearts. Like, if I know I can jump off of it and I'll be fine, then I'll jump off of it. But like the fact that like a regular human would just walk across those beams, I was like, bro, but that's another thing about those games that just makes it fun. If you can get me immersed into a game like that where I'm actually like, bro, this is crazy, more than likely I'm gonna play that game to the end. But it looks really good. I can't wait to play it, honestly, and it'll be a great new experience for me because, like I said, I rarely played the Hitman games like that unless I was with friends. So this will be good to actually go through it on my own. They have another game too for you Rocket League players out there. I think this will be a really good one for me and my friends to play because we play Rocket League kind of heavy. I'm not so much the best at that game, but I play it because of them. But I think with this one, Destruction All-Star, I think I'm really gonna give my all in this game too because it has like that Rocket League kind of feel, but the people jump out of the cars, and that really looks cool to me. So do the people run as fast as the cars? Do people have boosts? Do people have speed ups? Do people have like power ups that they can get? Like, is there power ups that the cars can get that the people can get too? Or is there like a specific type of power up for just the people and you have to jump out of your car to go get it? My boys, I don't know. That look kind of good, and honestly, I mean, like the graphics look good. But this is PlayStation 5 launch, well, not launch, but the reveal. So these games coming out, of course, these are going to be like the top games that came out. These are going to be like the Godfather of the games of the PlayStation 5, not in general, but just of the game. So I can't wait to actually see this, and it looks really good though. It was just pretty much just a smash 'em up arena style car fighting game, but it looks really good. And like I said, I like Rocket League, so I think I'm going to like this too. Alright, so let's break it down. Let's get a little bit more into the actual system. Though that I covered all my games pretty much, but so they showed 2 versions of the PlayStation. They had the standard version, and then they had the digital version. So pretty much for you disc lovers, they have that for us. Because I think I'm personally gonna get the disc too. I'm not really gonna I don't want the digital one so much. I might get it and have that in a separate room in the house. But I personally like to collect the disc, like for the cover art, just to have it, just to see them lined up. And then, whatever perks come with disc, I like to have them, but I've always just been a disc person. The digital stuff is fine, but if your system breaks, then that's you know what I'm saying? They showed all the accessories that came with it too. So you have a Pulse 3D wireless headset, which I really think is good. A couple people be skeptical about that. A lot of people rather just buy like a name brand or a top shelf headset. But honestly, if you're getting this, if you It looked clean. It looked clean. I'm personally just going to get this bundle. Hopefully they make it into a bundle, which of course they're going to. It looked really good. The Pulse 3D wireless headset looked really good. It comes with the HD camera headset. I mean, an HD camera as well that has two camera slots. So maybe one might be for like people censoring, and then one maybe be for like looking at your controller or checking like the background, or even streaming. Who knows? This may be an easier way for upcoming streamers or streamers already, or people who can't really, you know, go out and get the means, have the means to get their own stuff. This would allow them to at least start their streaming. I don't know, but this will be a great way to get people out there. So that's another plus on PlayStation part as well. What else did they have? They had a media remote. A lot of people have universal remote, so that'll probably be like cool, but some people might not need it. Me personally, I'm getting everything with it. I'm getting the headset, I'm getting the media remote. I'm going to get, they have the dual controllers, they have the dual charge station, which I really think is cool. It looks clean. I have a couple third-party dual charge stations. I don't have like the universal one that charges like the Wii and stuff like that. No, I have the separate one for each system that I have, and I just line them up with my system. I just like how aesthetically pleasing that looks to me instead of just having one big one. I'm weird, I guess. I'm different. Another thing I like about this controller too, it's based off of sound. So it's not called Dual Shock anymore. It is called Dual Sense. So it is completely based off of sound. Not completely based, like you still use it. You know what I mean? Like you still use it, but prime example, it was one trailer I was looking at, or one interview I was looking at, and they showed Atreus from God of War 4, and he was shooting a bow, but they said you would be able to feel how tense the bow actually is, or for example, if you were shooting a gun, you would be able to, like, each gun would be different. So that's actually going to be a really good concept for this, just for this experience, to be able to pick up like a different gun if it jams or whatever, and you can actually feel it instead of the controller just shaking. You can feel what that would actually feel like to you, or even driving off-road on like a muddy track or something like that. If you're playing like Gran Turismo or whatever type of racing game that you're playing, you'll be able to feel like the difference of terrain. That would be really cool, and that just shows where their mind is. And I love the futuristic aspect of everything that they're putting into this. The chargers are no longer USB, they're USB-C, but that's actually a good thing. I mean, and USB-C chargers are cheap anyway. You can just go out and just get one damn near anywhere now. And then they're faster charging cables. I can't speak because I say cables. They're faster charging cables, and you get 4 times faster the data transfer, between the system and the controller anyway. So honestly, that's better. And then one's going to come with the system anyway. So as long as you don't break it or lose it, you'll be fine. Pretty much, what else was I going to say? Only thing I have is it going to be fully backwards compatible? Is it going to be, nothing, that's what I want to talk about. Is it going to be flat? Because I was looking at it, and when it was standing up, I noticed like, okay, so obviously it can stand up, but will it be able to go flat? Was that little black tray thing at the bottom of it, was that like detachable so you can lay it down? Maybe, because some of the PlayStation 4s can stand up. For example, this is my PlayStation 4 right here. I have the gold one. I have the gold PlayStation 4, but obviously this ain't standing up. I'm not going to set this up for this to just fall back over, mess the disc that's all up in there. Like, no, I'm not doing that. But who knows? Either way, I love it. Everything about this is cool. If it comes in black, great. But if not, I like how this looked. Like I said, it's aesthetically pleasing. It looks futuristic. I have absolutely no complaints. Will it be backwards compatible? Don't know. I'm sure it will be, but will they go as far as like PlayStation 1? I don't know. Will they remaster stuff? Maybe from the PlayStation 1? That's up in the air too. I would love to see that. I would love to see like a Spyro or something like that. I definitely would really want to see a Spyro. And I know a lot of people actually out here thinking about Sly Cooper as well. Let me know what y'all think, honestly. I loved it. It's still up on YouTube. Y'all can go watch it. The review or the reveal for it. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what your favorite games were. Let me know if you thought the system was ugly. Let me know if you thought the system is clean and crisp like I do. Just, I want to hear your thoughts. Go down to the comment section below. Let's have a discussion about this. I really want to see where you guys' minds is at. Again, I love it. And I like to also thank Thank you to my new subscribers who subscribe to my channel too. I saw you guys. I want to give you a special shout out. Welcome to my channel. You're a part of this family. I love you all. Thank you for the support and love and everything that you guys do for me here. So on that note, I'm gonna go edit this video for y'all. Like I said, let's have this discussion. Can't wait to hear from you guys. Law out.